Hello, Tigers. This is Mrs. Weaver, and today we are going to read Chapter 3 in Washed Up. I have a very helpful assistant today. My classroom pet, Beardy, is hanging out with me while school is canceled. He's a little crazy today, so we'll see how Chapter 3 goes. Hopefully he doesn't get to the camera. All right, so get your sheet of notebook paper. Here are your Cornell note questions for this chapter. So, number 1, what evidence in the text supports the idea that Mrs. and Mr. Warpool argue frequently? So, if I want evidence from the text, what do you think I need to have? Hopefully you know what I need to have. I need to have evidence stems. I need to have quotation marks, and I need to directly quote the text. So in order to do that with our Screencastify on YouTube, you probably need to pause it, make sure you write down exactly what it says on your screen, because text evidence is a direct quote from the text. Number 2, find 3 details that indicate that Mrs. Warple tends to blame her husband for things that go wrong. We're going to find that out in today's reading. Number 3, where is Gabriella and what challenges and benefits does the setting offer her? Maybe her setting's going to change a little bit in our story today. Number 4, where are the Loos and what challenges and benefits does the setting offer them? Then, once we have finished reading everything, you have finished your Cornell notes. What you are going to do is you're going to do your summary, just like we do in class on our Cornell notes. Make sure you have 5 to 8 sentences, big events only. Capitalize the beginning of your sentences, include your punctuation, spelling, try your hardest. If you don't know how to spell something, chunk it up, okay? Just like what we have been doing all school year. We are in the 4th 9 weeks, so you know our expectations. All right, so now we are going to do Chapter 3 of Washed Up. Remember our contestants, there's 3 different families. They are on different parts of a deserted island in the middle of the ocean. And we have a reality TV host that acts as our guide, let's say, to the contestants and to the viewers at home. All right, so Chapter 3, get ready. In her white silk jumpsuit with a paw print across the front, Berry Blue looked radiant and rested. "It's a lovely morning on Washed Up," she said, and then her face dropped theatrically. "But not for everyone. Welcome to day 15." The morning had come like a sauna for the Warpools. Hot, damp, and suffocating. It was their 2nd week on the island, but there was no getting used to the cramped sleeping quarters or the darkness. They hadn't seen the sky in days. And here we have Berry Blue's beautiful white jumpsuit. "I have to brush my teeth," complained Mrs. Warpool. She had felt nauseous all morning after drinking scummy water from a standing pool. Their water rations were almost down to nothing, but nevertheless, Oliver handed his mother the thermos. "Happy birthday, Mom," he said feebly. It was easy to lose track of time here. Was he the only one who remembered that his mom's 40th birthday was what had brought them here in the first place? A paradise island, darling. Sun, sand, sea. Doesn't it sound perfect? He remembered her saying to his father while she read the application form. This is a picture of the family. I think their appearance looks a little different than chapter 1. What do you think? "I would raise a toast to you turning 40, my dear, but you finished all the water," said Mr. Walpole sourly. Mrs. Walpole glared at him. "Excuse me, for supposing this would be a change from all the dual parties you throw me every year. Thanks to you, we'll go hungry." Oliver cringed. The family spat had resumed. Worms, bats, and monkeys all claimed all the ripe fruit that fell to the forest floor. Oliver had built a steady pile of raw fruit, but Mr. Walpole had left it unguarded while they searched for water, and now most of it was gone. It was the dry season, and they'd found a tiny stream at long last. But Mrs. Walpole insisted they keep moving. Since they'd arrived, they'd shifted camp 4 times, but no one knew where they were supposed to be going. Without clear sight of the sun, they were lost. And here we see a little monkey. I assume he's taking their food. They were walking in glum silence, slipping in the underbrush, getting scraped by thorns, when out of nowhere a sea breeze broke the stillness. "The beach!" Oliver cried. They'd been walking in circles, and now they were back where they started. And there is all the monkeys enjoying the family's food. They stared at the blue glimmer of the sea, but Oliver's parents had no strength to keep going. They decided to stop and rest. "I'll walk down the beach and see what I can find," said Oliver, eager to get away. "Get us some new matches," shouted Mrs. Walpole behind him, as though he were off to the store. "Because I'm to blame for getting the old ones wet," Mr. Walpole was muttering. But he was out of Oliver's earshot now. There's his parents talking to him.